All right, welcome back. It's a late June edition, a summer edition of the Bleav in Georgia Dogs podcast on the Bleav Network. Joining me is my soon-to-be educational specialist, Israel Troupe. What's up, dude?
Oh, yeah, just, taking time in between, doing schoolwork and stuff. Never would I thought I'd be back in school, but, it's for the betterment of the fam, rocking the stash here lately, kind of switching the game up a little bit. So, there's a lot of good things going on over here in Valdosta/Ware County.
Heck yeah, man. Is that going to be your new, you don't shave the beard?
Yes.
But it's just going to be a stash all year? Or is it just going to is the beard going to grow around it? Is that what we're looking at here?
It is currently stash summer, mustache summer. I like it, so we're going to rock this. Me, our QB coach, all of us kind of, the cool guys on staff have kind of, taken this on our wing. So I'm rocking the stash. And,
the cool guys, huh?
I grow my patchy beard and stuff after picture day. So
got to look good for picture day.
Absolutely. Or my wife will be mad too. So there's that part.
Yeah.
We take
now, do y'all do family picture day? Yeah. Do y'all do family pictures?
We do, but we do. It's really cool how our head coach does it. So the kids will do their whole deal, picture day on their own, like the team picture and the individual pictures. We don't do pictures with them or anything. We take our own pictures like on a different day. So, the headache of actually getting everybody lined up and things like that, we don't really do, which is really, really nice.
I bet, because that can take your whole day up just getting them in numerical order.
Absolutely. That. And, you're going to lose a couple throughout the season. So that first picture is just the initial season picture, and then we'll take another one at the end of the season of the guys that actually stayed and things like that. So
that's cool. Yeah. We usually wait till close to the end of the season to do ours just to make sure that we don't get the ones that just came out for a jersey and the ERW, as Bill Belichick said, the eat, ride, and warm up kids, Yep. The ERWs, man. We deal with those all the time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's no different. No different whatsoever up here. So,
we contribute some then,
Yeah. Scout team something, right?
Scout team, you're a great teammate. You do what you're asked to do. I don't consider those guys ERWs. The ones
not talking about those.
Are the ones that I tend to get really, really upset at and say mean things to all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ones that have clean practice uniforms.
Yes, with no remorse.
With no remorse whatsoever. Yeah, no, the scout team people are great. They're my favorite people. I love the ones that you almost have to kick them off scout team to give some other guys a chance. Like those. Yeah, bro. Yeah, those. Yeah, I love those. I love those kids. Those kids are awesome. But the ones that are the true ERWs are the ones that are just clean uniform. They're not going to get too close to the mix. It's just
chicken eaters. We call them chicken. Yep. They call them chicken eaters in Ware County. It's hilarious too.
Yeah, love it. I'm just here for the free pizza, Coach. That's all I'm here for. I'm here for the jersey and the free pizza.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have a lot of that probably at Lawson. I'm not coaching at Lawson, but we're gonna probably have a lot of that. I can still say we because I teach there, but it's not a situation.
Hey man, it is what it is, big dog. It is what it is.
It completely is. I'm gonna have to learn how to wear orange, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want orange and blue.
You have to do this. You have to say go Gators.
No. I do not say go Gators. Actually.
No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
What do you say? You have to say something.
Go where? I say go where. Or
attaboy.
Or what are our hashtag? Like beware. I'd say things like that. But for my personal Twitter on my stuff that I use, I never say go Gators or Gator Nation or any of that stuff.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that, man. You can't do it.
Now, keep the checks coming, but I can't do it. Can't.
No. You got other things you can say, thankfully.
Absolutely.
Like,
I get nice little there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say other things, but that is Israel Troupe at TroupeStar28. If you want to read his Twitter, it's really quite entertaining. My favorite thread before we get to that, we are presented by Betonline.ag. If you were like me and betted on Wyndham Clark to win the U.S. Open, you probably won some money. I took him at plus 650. I took him on Saturday at plus 650, so I got. I mean, I didn't bet that much, but I got like $20-something off a $5 bet. Man, it was nice.
I forgot that you could bet on golf. I know that now. I'm glad I didn't bet on golf because I was hoping Ricky would win.
Yeah, I played it safe and went. I put 3 bets down: one on Ricky, one on Rory, and one on Clark. And Clark made up for my lost wagers on the other 2. So. But luckily for you, Betonline.ag has everything you can bet on. You can bet on College World Series. You can bet on MLB, which I've been doing a little bit of lately. They have live betting, which I've really been taking advantage of. I'll wait till a game gets in the 7th inning. I'll take the money line or a point spread and see what happens. I'll throw like a couple bucks at like the Rangers-Rays game or something like that. But Betonline they have props, they have prop bets, live games, changing odds, all of this stuff. Anything you want to bet on is at betonline.ag. All you have to do, if you're a first-time user, go to the website or use your mobile device, plug in that promo code Bleav, that's BLEAV, to get your 50% welcome bonus. Betonline.ag is where the game starts. Now, Israel, I've probably said that way too many times that you're probably starting to memorize this. You probably like walk the halls and go, head to betonline.ag, use Bleav as your promo code. Yeah.
I like to nod my head when I know you're about to spell it as BLEAV.
Yeah, it's got a rhythm to it, Got to have a little rhythm, right? But
absolutely.
But I was going to make a comment. Like your Twitter feed, dude, is hilarious, man. I love the threads about all the dentist making bank during the summer.
Yes.
Prayers out to the grandmas and all the family emergencies that happen to right at 8 a.m.
I want to give a shout out to all the grandmas out there. I know y'all going through it. I want to give a shout out to all the dentists, because I know you guys are, having it real rough with all the appointments, stuff, doctors, situations going on right now. No teeth should be crooked and no tongue should be in jail with all the dentist appointments that we have going on right now during summer workouts. So, I want to give a shout out to the eye doctor because, without you guys, nobody would be able to see, at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. Want to give a shout out to mom, having to babysit, the kids, even though they're at camp, which is at the school as well, to 12 o'clock. So, just things like that we see all the time. Like, coach, I got to babysit my little brothers and sisters. Yeah, but they're at camp that's at the school till 12 o'clock.
Yeah. So they're actually being cared for right now. Yeah. I love that, man. It's like every excuse. I have to take my driver's test. I got this ACT class or, it's like, dude, like any and everything you can schedule at any point during the day. They schedule it for that. It's the only time I could do it.
Yes, I mean, we let you go home at we leave it. Kids leave at 11:45 for us. So, yeah. I mean, you got the whole day to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah,
and I tweeted one today that all the coaches love too. It was, I just want you to work as hard. I just want you to do what I tell you to do with as much enthusiasm and energy as you do when you go to these university camps.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's hilarious.
Throwing daggers at everybody. Everybody's a suspect.
You can't. You ain't getting by. You ain't getting by Israel Troupe. You're just not. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, man. Because we live in a different world today, man. With the social media and stuff like that. So I use it to my advantage. So everything that most coaches or most people don't want to say or can't say, I kind of say it for them. And I don't feel bad about it. It's the truth. Not being negative, but I live the life that most of these kids want to live. So I'm just trying to help them out. It's called building character, constructive criticism. What I like to call it.
No, you're just attacking them, Coach. That's all it is.
Or maybe that too, but I don't.
It could be. I don't know. Could be, but we have an action-packed show, man. Like, it's magazine season. You've probably never heard this term before. It is magazine season.
I didn't until right now.
Until right now, yeah.
Show told me about magazine season. I had no clue.
So for us common folk, it's magazine season. You get this, you go to the shelves, and I'm still old school in this regard. Like, I got my notes. Yes. I'm still old school in this regard because I just like the feeling of opening up a fresh magazine. But in this magazine, I think Lindy's does a really good job. All-American teams. They have cool articles. They have full team previews of every Division I. Actually, they even go as far as Division II with some of the previews. But this is a very in-depth magazine. And I definitely appreciate it for all the preseason stuff.
I've never, ever read any of those. I don't think any of my teammates read any of those, by the way. So we usually have no clue until like somebody tells us, or like it comes across like ESPN or something of what was actually in the magazine. And we walk by them like all the time when we would go to Kroger. Grocery shopping. Just
see the cover.
Look, no Sean's on the front, and we just keep walking.
Hey,
never
no Sean. You're All-American. Yeah. Yeah, see, no, that's common folk. I'm like, oh, cool. I got to get this book, man. I guess it's the nerd in me. But also, like, when you played NCAA, you used to have to like get these magazines to make sure when you go and name all the players. Like, this is awesome. Like, you can go through, and instead of like when you play with Florida State, instead of having QB 13, you can change the name to Jordan Travis. Yeah. And so, again, I'm nerding out a little bit, so I better stop before I get too ahead of myself here. we would export the draft classes, put them into Madden. Like, we would make all kind of drinking games out of it. We would have so many duels.
It's really fun. Like, not funny, but like hearing you say that is like really, really fun, and just because we just never got that far with it. Like, we just. I guess since we were playing, like, it was like, all right, well, that's cool. Our drinking games were more so on the lines of, all right, get on NCAA and you get beat. You got to, take a shot, something like that. So,
yeah. I mean, we were doing like we would go as far as like playing NCAA, like we would do that. And then we would import the draft classes. Like, we would simulate a couple seasons, 2 or 3 seasons to make sure we can export the draft classes so that when we go into Madden, this was an ongoing thing. So we would do Madden like franchise mode, and we would do multiplayer franchise mode, and we would all pick teams in the same division. So we would be guaranteed to play each other twice throughout the season. And so, yeah. And so when our game, when we'd play each other came up, we would play against each other, and then like you would make drinking games based on it, and we would have like fantasy drafts where like we'd go through and pick teams, and then you play your teams, and we made drinking games out of it.
Yeah, we never really got that far. We never even now somebody might have, because I wasn't a big video game guy unless we were all together in the living room, things like that. So. But
yeah, I mean, that's the way we did it, and then we would do that for a little while, then we'd go somewhere, play Flip Cup, do the normal stuff. After that, we'd play cards, we played all the normal drinking games too, but we had Madden drinking games, NCAA drinking games. We would bet. Yeah,
there's a reason why Athens, Barstool voted us the #1 college school in the nation. I retweeted that today, by the way. Shout out to Barstool for that, because we are
the Dawgs.
And then if you really think about it, because I've gone to Auburn, gone to LSU.
I probably contributed to that, by the way.
As a, as a student or, as a former player, Athens' environment and vibe on game day is just different. You have the Grove and Ole Miss, you got those things like that. But, everywhere you turn in Athens, like there's a tailgate. That's one thing they talked about, which is very, very true. Every street that you go on, there's a tailgate going on somewhere. The Quad, you go all the way down Lumpkin, all the way down Millage. I mean, anywhere you turn, like there's tailgates. I mean,
Baxter, East Campus, like it just stretched to like miles away from the stadium.
And the parking
was
deck.
Parking decks, like wherever you could find space. There was like the Oconee Street, all the way down there towards that Waffle House down there by the Loop. All up and down, like every frat sorority house on Millage. It would go all the way down Broad, like way, like almost out of downtown proper. You would walk 3 miles. You could walk 3 miles from your tailgate to the stadium, and that was like, yeah, it was ridiculous. It was fun, a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Made tailgate hopping pretty. Yeah, and everybody was like, I know we get a bad rap for everybody like barking at I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody personally that's barked in anybody's face.
Whether you got barked at or not, I mean, did you have fun? That's the question you ask yourself. But did you have fun while you were there? Like if you take the barking out of it and your personal feelings about getting barked at, did you have fun in Athens? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is yes. If you didn't go to jail, you had a great time.
Yeah, if you went to jail, yeah, you probably had a great time. But like,
that's 1% that you're like, nah, it wasn't really fun. But
yeah. I mean, you go anywhere in the SEC, fans are chirping at you. Like, there's no courteous fans. Somebody's chirping at you somewhere. In Athens, it's just barking. It's kind of weird, but it's just barking.
Hey, it's better be barked at and barfed on. There's that.
Yeah, I've been barfed on. It's not fun. Not fun at all. From the top deck, too. It's like rain down, like dip, spit, and barf.
That is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
That guy would have to see me outside.
I didn't know who it was. I looked up, and they were already gone. I was like, what the hell? It's the last time I ever sat anywhere near the overhang. I was either completely under it, like way back, or I was way out front.
Yeah, we sit way out front, dog. I can't handle that.
Just as long as I'm not right under just as long I'm not right on the edge of that overhang, we're good.
Yeah, there's a lot going on up there. A lot going on. Speaking of a lot going on, how about the recruits that we're getting right now, especially in the secondary, which goes to show you this.
My God.
Is that the fact that these guys are not scared to compete.
No, they're not. And well, they see opportunity. They're like, if I'm good, I'm going to play. Like they don't like, I guess what they see with Georgia is not necessarily like they see, I don't have to start to get a lot of playing time. I could come in, ball out, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. I can make a lot of money. It's outstanding. It's like some of the stuff that we're getting, some of the guys that we're landing is just out of this world, man.
It all started, I remember you go back when John Kirby first got here, Richard LeCount kind of started this to where you all you got to do is get one really, I guess the lightning's coming through here. You get one really good player, and all he has to do is line it up. He gets in touch with all these players and things like that. And I mean, the ball just starts to roll. So, the coaches, I mean, they're recruiting and they're going out, but I mean, it really just comes from the players, and even when you're in that locker room with those guys, being in there and sitting down and understanding the makeup of what, what does my position coach want? What does Kirby want? And if you go across the board yes, you see the Bullers and Lasters and Rosemary Jack Saints and stuff, but then you understand too that a lot of those guys are playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not just, all right, he's the starter. Like, all these guys are dang playing, and I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. I mean, I did a YouTube short about Chauncey Bowens coming from, he's not a defensive back, but, getting him to flip from Florida, Jordan Thomas on the defensive line, all the way from New Jersey, Justin Green from Lawrenceville, defensive end, all this month coming in. They are camp commits. You have just
Coach
a
Scott bunch is about to be balling up front with his defensive line, baby.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be amazing, dude. And, you had Jaden Riddell at tight end.
Line, or you can play corner. Right now at UGA, that's where you want to go. You want to be at UGA.
Yeah, for sure.
And our safeties with Bullard and Malachi and those guys right now, in a year or two, you're going to go and play safety at Georgia too as well.
Totally.
If you play defense at Georgia, you'll get drafted. Put like this.
By the Eagles, probably.
More than likely.
By the Eagles, yeah. No, KJ Bolden, dude, I'm excited about that one.
I've seen a couple of these guys, I try to stay, because I have to strangle some of our guys sometimes because they look at all this stuff too. And, I try to kind of stay even keel and just kind of, look as I go. But these dudes that we're getting right now these guys can ball. Rail, I saw him throw at the Elite 11. I was like, damn, this boy can throw the ball. You know what I mean? It's just so effortless.
Yeah, it is. And he's about to get Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith is he's from Hollywood, Florida, Chaminade, and he's an Ohio State commit. Yes,
he's a receiver. Yeah,
he's a receiver. Yes, he is.
That is pretty good.
If he signs with Ohio State, it'd be a shock right now. It's
like some guys I enjoy watching their highlight tape. Looking at Rail and the kid
Bowens. Chauncey Bowens that's a really fun one to watch. I'm really enjoying watching some of these defensive ends.
Yes, these guys love football, and that's what I want to see. Like I get it. Like, you're a 5-star, this, that, and the third, but the ones who don't love football ain't gonna make it.
Like LJ McCray.
Right, if you love football, you'll make it.
Yeah.
I gave my story today. I like football, but I love baseball. As a player, and right now I like coaching baseball, but I love coaching football. There's a difference.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, totally different.
And especially the demands and NIL money and stuff like that. You got to love this thing, to go out here and play it, or you won't reap the benefits.
Not at all. Not a chance. Yeah. You've got to want it. You've got to, because it can be a grind, man. It can be exhausting. Yeah. And if you don't love it, you'll just drop right out and it won't matter.
Absolutely. But I tell you, I don't know what they got going on with this whole recruiting deal. I know, shout out to our recruiting staff, because they're doing a phenomenal job. Just from a coaching standpoint of going and being a part of the coaching clinic. I mean, they did a phenomenal job there. So I can only imagine if I'm a recruit, exactly what they're doing. So shout out to that staff, shout out to the coaches, because the atmosphere in Athens right now is just ridiculous now. So helps when you're back-to-back champions as well, but it also helps when people see your product of work. And it's a grind. I didn't the college schedule right now, they only get 3 weeks off, in the next couple of weeks. So it is definitely a grind. So
yeah, they're definitely going to enjoy that. Yeah, they're definitely going to enjoy that time off. I promise you that. But I'm excited about all these guys, all these recruits coming in. We probably don't talk about recruits enough, but it's the Tuggle kid from Florida. I'm excited about that one. There's just he's a receiver, top-notch receiver. Natarion, he's from he goes to IMG. He committed back in April. 5-star kid. We have
so many in the last couple of weeks. It's kind of hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, we've had one that's been in the boat since January from California. I think St. John Bosco, Peyton Woodyard, 6'2", defensive back. Like, that kid is outstanding. Just watching him play, he's so physical. He's so it's really, really good. And then you have one that we just picked up, Tay Harris from Cedartown. Like, I know you're excited about that one.
That kid can play. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a chance, if you live near Cedartown and you have a chance to go watch him play, that young man can ball.
Yes,
I'm glad he's staying home for the home team.
Yeah, he's a athlete. He just committed back on Monday. He came to camp this past weekend, said, you know what? I'm going to be a Bulldog. And that's what he did. He committed for the class of 25. That's what happened.
So, you know what? I like it here. I think I'm going to make this home.
Mm-hmm. And he did. And the thunder rolls.
Yes, we got this. I don't know if anybody else is getting it, but, it's getting a little dangerous down here in South Georgia.
Yeah. Well, everybody in South Georgia better be safe. And by the time you see this, you will have probably already had it going. But when you look at our recruiting list, Israel, like what really stands out to me also is like the different places these people are from, like Ramsey, New Jersey, North Palm Beach, Lawrenceville, Peculiar, Missouri. You have an offensive lineman from New York, Florida, a kicker from Iowa, Rayola's from Arizona, Cartersville, Swainsboro, Bradenton. You have a couple guys from IMG, Rockledge, Florida, Bellflower, California, Clanton, Alabama, Avon, Connecticut. So we have 2 quarterbacks coming in this class. That'll be, Ryan Puglisi is also dealing at Elite 11. Sokovia White's from Cartersville, and you have Nye Carr from down there in Moultrie, Georgia, Colquitt County. So just it's impressive. Like, everybody we're truly nationwide, which
absolutely. And it just shows you how well this coaching staff does, how well, the recruiting people behind the scenes, as good a job as they do. Because, I mean, let's face it, the coaches don't have time to look at all the tape of all these kids and, but they do a really good job when they get there. They show love to all the kids, and they just have Athens is Athens. Athens pretty much sells itself, especially now that money's been spent, within recruiting, updating facilities and things like that. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in Athens? If you go anywhere else, to any school, you go to Tuscaloosa, you go to Auburn, Ole Miss, anywhere else, like what kind of atmosphere will you have other than that in Athens? There's not one.
You're not. No, you're not.
They have Sky Bar and Auburn, and that's it.
It's probably not. So, well, dude, that's gonna about wrap it up for us, man. 30 minutes goes by pretty quickly when you're having fun. I figure you're probably hopefully you're not gonna have to take cover here pretty soon.
I know. But it sounds, it's really bad when you live next to the Air Force Base here. Because you don't know if it's thunder or, we're being taken over by, another country or anything. So it's kind of scary. Planes and stuff, flying out of here. So, yeah,
I hear that. So, well, dude, we are the Bleav and Georgia Dogs podcast on the Bleav Network. This has been your recruiting update. Follow us for more. We'll probably do some shorts on some quick hitters with recruiting. We're gonna cover more magazine season type stuff with later episodes, all American teams, schedule breakdowns, newcomer impact stuff, and the standard Brock Bowers can do this. We're gonna break, like I said, we're gonna break down all the opponents and things like that. And by the time we get there, it'll be time for fall camp, and then we'll do fall camp news, and then it'll be time for the season, and we'll do recaps and previews and picks and all that good stuff. So, and then we'll talk about
get some recruits coming in as well. Got some guys out the portal. You know, so baseball is on the up and up as well. So
yeah, Condon was thinking transfer portal, and he decided against it. So that was really, really good.
Absolutely.
So, well, dude, like I said, we're the Bleav in Georgia Dogs podcast on the Bleav Network, presented by Betonline.ag. Go make your bets, and we'll see you back here next time. But until then, as always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Do you Bleav?